Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 5-Minute Bitcoin, where we onboard the masses 5 minutes at a time, so you don't have to. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just randomly stopping by the channel, or if you're a subscriber, I probably should catch you up on recent developments. And by the way, Happy New Year. I hope you had a healthy and happy holiday season, and we are kicking off in a big way this year. For those of you who do not know, I teach an adult education class about Bitcoin in the Southwest Florida area. And I have, give you a little breakdown. I teach, well, in the last session we had 30 people. And the next 4 sessions are already booked out. And we're going to cap it at 20 people. If you're interested, by the way, if you're interested in getting into a future session, we hold classes in the Southwest Florida area at Ave Maria near Naples, Florida. And you can Google the map and see where that's at. For specific information, though, you need to sign up. And the sign up or registration instructions are in the description section next to the financial disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor. Please read the description. Now, in the class, I am not going to ask for any money. That the sign up process is $25, and that will get you a 1.5 hour class each week for 4 weeks. So many people find it very useful. But that's not really what I wanted to do today. We're not really pushing that. That's going so well that we really don't need to push that on the internet. And generally, if you're watching this from Ohio or Michigan or Japan, you're not going to be able to attend the class. So anyway, that was just to give you a clue about what I do, among other things. And I run this channel, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to do daily episodes. We're probably, because I'm so busy now with the classes, probably going to stick to maybe 1 or 2 a week, but they will be pertinent to the class. And generally, the people that are watching these videos are people in the class that want to, get a leg up or get a head start on what we're going to cover in the classroom. Now, but for today's episode, changing subjects here and talking a little bit more about Bitcoin, I came across this very interesting chart. It's called the Bitcoin Mix, and it was put out by, I believe it was put out by Walker America. He tweeted it anyway, and I found it very interesting. And you can see it right here. I'm going to put it up in the corner here. Actually, I'm going to put myself down in the corner and show you here. This is the Bitcoin breakdown and the Bitcoin mix of who owns Bitcoin. And as you can see, the largest section there is individuals. What that means is it's probably, I'm guessing it means that this is going by who owns the keys. So there's a very large section of people who own their own keys or they are self-custodying their own Bitcoin. That's the largest section, and I'm happy about that. Now, Satoshi, you see that little block where it says Satoshi? Satoshi Nakamoto has it's called the Satoshi wallet, and or at least that's the given name for it on the internet, and that's 1 million Bitcoins, by the way. See, next to that, you see lost, that gray area, lost. Those are Bitcoin that are presumed to be lost. Not necessarily lost, but that's an estimate, I'm sure, because there's no way to really tell if someone has lost if they're not going to just divulge that information. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, these next little squares here, I anticipate, and the reason why I'm uploading, and I'm getting short on time here, these segments of this little chart are going to grow quite a bit. And I wanted to put this chart up because that section is going to change quite drastically here in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. These little squares are going to change. Not so much the unmined, because the unmined, believe it or not, are it's not very much. Out of the 21 million bitcoins that are going to be mined, there's not very many left. I think there's only 1.3, a little over 1.3 million bitcoins to be mined. So what I would specifically like to discuss are the smallest sections here on the chart. And I apologize about going over on time, but I believe it's worth it. Funds. As you all know, let's talk about this green square here where it says funds. As you all know, we've recently had 11 ETFs, exchange-traded funds, were launched by companies like Fidelity, BlackRock, ARK shares, or 21 shares, so forth and so on. That green box is going to grow a lot. With the inception of these ETFs. Now, there were already futures traded funds before, and they had a lackluster traffic, if you will. They didn't gain a lot of traction. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some people investing in those and trading those, but these ETFs are a little bit more attractive financial instrument, and that little green box is going to grow. All right. Well, and the funny thing is as it grows, you're going to see that big orange box that says individuals. That's going to shrink. Now, let's go to that little bitty box called DeFi. That section will grow. That one will grow as education and understanding about decentralized finance grows, and as this technology becomes more mainstream and the adoption grows, then that little box will grow. Let's talk about governments. Okay, well, many of you may not know, but the United States owns a lot of Bitcoin. They seized a lot of Bitcoin from Silk Road, and they seized some Bitcoins from some other clandestine activity. It's quite a bit of Bitcoin from the Silk Road. I don't know the exact number. If you know the number of the coins held by the U.S. government, please leave that number down in the comment section. Now, let's talk about companies. This is another box that I believe will grow tremendously. Right now, we have companies like MicroStrategies, Tesla, to name a couple, that are holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet. And that blue box is going to grow. And you will see as the little boxes here in this chart grow, that big orange box for, or at least that big orange section for individuals, that's going to shrink. Make sure you don't sell your Bitcoin to the funds, the companies, the governments. And for Pete's sake, do not lose your Bitcoin and end up in that gray box. Hold on to your Bitcoin. All right, well, anyway, we're going to revisit this chart from time to time to see how those boxes change. So anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Ladies and gentlemen, if you found anything helpful from the video, please consider hitting the thumbs up button, hitting the subscribe tab, and ticking that little bell for future updates. And if you're inclined, please zap us a few sats. use your Lightning Network wallet, scan the QR code, and help me grow the channel. My name is Frederick Mann. This is 5 Minute Bitcoin, and I'm going to remind you to dollar cost average, hodl, and self-custody your Bitcoin. God bless you.